best player you've played against?
Zinedine Zidane.
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 Zizu.
Zidane.
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 Well, they've said Zidane, so I'll say Zidane.
Zidane was special. Couldn't get the ball off him. He was massive. He was physically strong, obviously technically good, mentality good. He was just the all-round. But it was the biggest surprise I've ever had on a football pitch. I actually wasn't even on the football pitch. Lining up, we're lining up to go against him against Juventus, and I just stood next to him. He was just massive. I just thought you'd see him on the telly, and you just thought he wasn't that big, and just wasn't an over physical player, but he just used his body in the right way, and just you couldn't get the ball off him.
Zidane, I think, you know, what a player. I've played against him a lot of times, and you know, it's very difficult to play against someone you can't get the ball off. You never know where he is, and you know, to played with somebody like that would have been great. You know, he's won the World Cup, he's won everything. He played in that unbelievable Madrid team, unbelievable Juventus team, and you know, if I had to choose somebody, it would be him.
How good was Zidane?
Oh, the best. Well, one of the very best that's played the game. People don't give him credit for what an athlete he was, really.
Who was your favourite player as a kid?
When I was a kid growing up, do you know a player called Zinedine Zidane? French player?
Yeah.
Well, when I was your size, he was the best player in the world, so I used to always try and copy him.
Who's your number two?
Well, I've gone for Zinedine Zidane.
Oh my goodness gracious me, he should be one, Dan.
Well, no, let me explain why. I only played against him once.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a competitive match, but it got competitive. It was a pre-season tournament against Madrid, Liverpool.
Yeah.
In the Bernabeu. So, you know when you're already in awe of someone, you're thinking, I want to see how good he really is. And it started a bit showboat. Figo played as well.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. It was one of the best exhibitions of midfield play I'd ever seen in terms of controlling tempo.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like he was running past people with dribbles and stuff. He was just popping up in different positions, left foot, right foot. Anyway, he's running the show, and you know, it gets to a point where it's like, come on, we've got to put ourselves about. And me and Stevie kind of give each other a little nod, as if to say, let's smash him.
Get after them, yeah.
No, let's smash him. Head's gone.
Yeah.
So he's got the ball in the middle of the park. I've come in from one side to try and smash him. He's done this mad little turn. I've missed him.
Yeah.
And then Stevie's come in to do him. And as in Stevie's jumped, he skipped over him. So me and Stevie are kind of both on the floor looking at each other, and he's still got the ball.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, this fella. He was, honestly, it was incredible. I loved him anyway.
Yeah.
But I loved him even more. And then we finished the game. And Julio was our manager. And Julio Zidane, he was his first proper manager before he got the move to Juve.
Yeah.
In France. So they got on great. So Zidane came in to see Gerrard in the changing room. Right, we were all tracksuited and all that.
Yeah.
He come in a pair of shorts, flip-flops, and like a vest. You know, it was hot.
Yeah.
Shades on his head, like chilled. And when he come in, he greeted Gerrard. And I was only a few, just looking at, you just kind of, it sounds pathetic.
But it's not.
You know, you're a bit of a fan. And he walked literally 3 yards to me and he went, right, Danny, well played. I thought, he knows my name. That was a bigger compliment, eh?
Yeah,
And then he said hello to a few of the other boys.
Yeah.
But just like the fact he knew my name. I thought, Zinedine Zidane knows my name. So I've done something right somewhere.
Yeah.
He was such a nice fella as well. But what a player. I mean, I'm talking like, not just like brilliant technically and all the skills, but the physical presence.
Yeah. Is he big? Because you know, he's won someone, and I've seen him on TV.
Well, you're tall, so he might not feel as big to you, but he's wide.
He looks it on TV.
He's wide. He's really wide. He's got like these big, broad shoulders, and you go near him, and when people have got that strength with their arm to keep you away, it's like, I want to get to you, but I can't. Maybe I'm just too skinny.
Do you know, because a lot of people talk about Zidane, they have to talk about that performance against Brazil in 2006, where he came back from retirement, could be international retirement, came back. We know what happened in the final, but that performance against Brazil, when he ripped them to pieces.
So many games out. Have you seen? I don't know, now with social media, you get these reels pop up.
Yeah.
Sometimes a reel as Zidane comes out, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Free kicks, skill, left foot, right, that volley in the final.
Do you know what? You almost feel like people like Zidane, because for me, before Messi became along, he was my greatest ever player, Zidane. I thought he was the best ever.
Yo, muchas cosas yo he tenido que decir. Hacer goles, bueno,
todo puede hacer, pero los goles bonitos, espectaculares, como lo ha hecho en la final de la Copa de Europa, ha sido un gol fantástico. Ha sido un gol que bueno, yo lo intentaré 10 veces, no va a salir igual nunca. No. Y otra cosa, la visión, cuando tú tienes el balón, pero aunque tú no me miras ahí adelante, pero me ves, ¿sabes? Que yo me acuerdo de un partido, ¿te acuerdas de un partido que hemos jugado en Roma juntos? Un partido de la selección de Chile.
Sí, me acuerdo.
Que yo hice un movimiento, pero tú no me mirabas. Tú sin me mirar, me metí un balón así en profundidad y yo salí delante del portero.
Me acuerdo.
Bueno, esta calidad que pocos jugadores tienen hoy, de no mirar ahí con movimiento, pero con los ojos, hasta ahí lo ve todo. Esto son las dos cosas que más me impresionan.
Sí, pero con un delantero como contigo es normal.
Y yo, pues,
que te veo.
yo encantado, porque estoy seguro que me va a dar muchos balones.
Sí, claro.
Of all the footballers I've ever watched, he might be the most elegant.
Yes.
I mean, he used to bring the ball down and he'd just turn, and it was almost balletic, the way he played football.
Touch was ridiculously good.
Yeah, I remember covering so many games in World Cups and Euros where he was playing, and I can't tell you how many times, either at half time or the end of the game, or both, that we'd do analysis
On him.
On his touch and the way he finessed the ball. I mean, glorious footballer.
Yeah.
Gloriously beautiful to watch.
The first touch, when he received the ball, I think it was back to their goal. So he put his soul on the ball, and then the guys tried to close on him, and then he turned and he started doing those things like you're like, it's the beginning of the game, you're looking for challenge and everything. I'm not gonna try this when the guys are like those special players, they're obsessed with something. And they turn it into a skill in football. Really, like I say, under very, very high pressure, it's like they reveal themselves.
Yeah.
Like back to Zidane, it's like, people are trying to kick you, get you out of the game. He wants to take your confidence away from you. Like, you want to come to me? Okay, no problem, come. And now we do you something, then next time you don't want to come.
But I think the ultimate moment with me and Zizu has to be the last training session before his last game. I'm sat in the changing room, and he walks in, and I'm sat there, I'm getting changed, and all of a sudden I see him out the corner of my eye getting up, and he's walking towards me, and I'm like, I start sweating like I am now a little bit. And Zizu doesn't say much. He's a man of few words. He sits down and he said, David, I just want to say it's been a pleasure playing with you for the last few years. And I was like, he then went in to get treatment, and I jumped up, I ran outside, I took my phone, and I was like, a couple of my mates, I said, you're never going to guess what's just happened. I called my dad, I was like, Dad, Zizu just said this to me.
No es porque está acá presente, pero ya lo he dicho muchas veces, para mí él es uno de los más grandes de la historia. Siempre lo admiré, siempre me gustó. Lo seguí mucho en el Madrid, pero bueno, él siempre fue un jugador diferente, elegante, arte, magia, tenía todo. Para mí es uno de los más grandes de la historia, y bueno, tengo muchos recuerdos de él. Me acuerdo, bueno, el gol al Leverkusen en la final de Champions, el gol de zurda que hace, los goles del Mundial, las finales de Brasil, la típica ruleta de la pisada. Bueno, son cosas que al que le gusta el fútbol lo disfrutaba, y yo lo disfruté muchísimo, más allá de sufrirlo también, porque yo era y soy hincha del Barcelona, pero los grandes jugadores ya traspasan la camiseta, el país.
Eso es, sí.
Who is the greatest French footballer of all time?
You know that already. TT.
What the
Zidane? No.
Zidane?
You disrespected TT right here.
He knows that.
No.
It's Zidane, isn't it?
No. Don't disrespect TT like that. It's TT.
I'm not disrespecting no one. Let him answer the question, right?
Henry.
Whoa, I got called Henry.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
No, it's a tough one for me. You know why? Because I grew up idolizing being French, Platini. But I have to go with Zizu.
No, but you're the best team in the world, you're World Cup winners, but he's just a jewel in the crown, is he?
When you were talking about Tony Adams make the defenders better, But that is what I call Zidane, and that is the reason why he's the greatest. He's making everybody around a better player.
Yeah.
I was amazed by his quality, by his vision, by his technical ability, football understanding. And for us who play just behind him, it was easy to play with him. The quality of the ball, you feel like it's not a good ball, but he will look good because of the way that he will touch the ball. He's the greatest.
Brilliant player.
He's the greatest.
What was so special about Zidane?
In France, we don't have a more word for him because we said everything. He's one of the best players in the world. He's a genius, he's a magician, he plays for the team, he plays simple, and the vision, it was amazing. Ability, you know, right and left. Yeah, it was amazing. Can you imagine? My teacher was Zidane and
You're blessed, you're lucky, man, you're lucky.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
Gosh.
Zidane has an exceptional coordination, an exceptional touch of the ball, and every area 3 yards around Zidane, you could give him the ball where you want it. He puts it down and plays.
I would just like to say I love me some Zizu. In my opinion, he is the best attacking midfield player to ever exist, to ever walk this planet Earth. Yeah, I said it. His trophy cabinet, his career, his aura, what everyone has to say about him depicts him as simply just perfect. He could do it all. Even in his later career, even as a manager, the guy just oozes aura. Zizu, man, like, whew, I would love to meet him one day.
When he came, all the squad knew him because he was there 8 months ago, but for me not. I was being a bit distant because obviously Zinedine Zidane, you know, and the other ones were playing and laughing, and then so you start to doubt, like, does he like me, does he doesn't like me? And then actually in the summer after the preseason, I had a really good talk with him, like one-on-one, that we spoke a bit, that he said, I don't feel that you're with me, and I said the same about him, and we just spoke in a good way, open. I said, okay, but you have to understand, I came here, some players said, he will not play anymore because he loves Keylor. And he said, yeah, but that's talk, and so I really love you. You're my goalkeeper, you're my gatekeeper, and I want you to know that. And at that moment, I felt that confidence.
It's surreal. Who stood out in particular? I mean, there were so many phenomenal players. Was there anyone that you kind of came away thinking, God, that is very special?
Well, as a player, I was... taken aback by Zidane. Right. He was just off the scale in terms of ability, and not anything that he would do. It's not like he would go and blast a ball in from 30 yards in the top corner every time, but you just pass him the ball, and the way he takes a ball, the way it's almost like it's just on a string. The ball is on a string when he plays. It's always within a certain area, a certain distance of him. When he runs, it's almost like it's part of his body. It was just... And if you pass him the ball and he wanted to turn on a certain angle, he could just manipulate a ball and do it all in one movement, just amazingly well. Yeah. Strong, quick off the mark. You tried to get near him and his arm would come out and he'd just push you away and burst out. He was 10 yards away from you. He was really, really good. Top class.
But the best player I've ever played against, and within the best team in that time was definitely Zidane in that Juventus team. I remember the manager said to me once, the first game I played against him, he said, he's past it, he's too old now, get against him, run off him. And I swear to God, I stood next to him and he's about 6'2". I mean, I thought, right, well, I'm going to outrun you. He beat me in a race. I'm just going to get against him and tackle him. He just elbowed me out of the way. And then when he got the ball, it was just like a genius.
Listen, then, I suppose the toughest player I played against, of course, would have been Zidane. And he was that. He did play in a 2 midfield, but a good boy to get a goal. And what you say about Zidane against 6'1", 6'2", and he was nasty.
Against Zidane,
I was tough, mate.
was he your toughest opponent?
Yeah, do you know what? Honestly, people still to this day don't realise how big he was.
Yes, he was.
Do you know what? When I played against him, I'm quite a small guy. I'm 5'10". I'm really slight. People might think maybe I look bigger on the pitch. And the best thing when I used to play against Zidane, if I was obviously at club level, I played against him for Ireland, the advice I would get from my friends in Ireland would be, the technical advice they would give me is, just kick him, That was the technical advice. Just kick him. I used to say, he's 6'2", you can deal with that.
Zinedine Zidane, how I said it before, was for me one of the best 5 players all time in football. And now since 2.5 years or so, I'm longer at Liverpool than he's manager of Real Madrid, and he can win 3rd time the Champions League. That never happened before in a manager's career. So either way he has any deal with anybody, or he's brilliant. And I unfortunately have to expect that he's brilliant, like he was as a player. And this group of players together with him obviously work like a clock from Switzerland.
You get to the final though, this man pulls out like
let me tell you something.
I can see it still hurts.
Look at that shirt now. White.
You like that? Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
clean,
it's something special about that shirt, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure on purpose they made this goat, you know, because it's a king football club and the kings and everything. When you line up in the tunnel, and when you're a small boy, like I was 20, 21, still young, still going into the world football, and then you see in the tunnel Zidane, you see Raúl, you see Roberto Carlos, Fernando Hierro. I'm a big guy, you know, I'm tall.
Yeah.
But back in the day, even if I was tall, Fernando Hierro looks like he was a mountain of a man, you know. He's taller as me, but sometimes your mind plays trick on you.
Right.
And I'm like thinking, I cannot fight this guy, you know, I have no chance. Zidane, you see sitting there like, oh my God, Zidane. And when he was about to score that goal, I was on the pitch already. And I was behind him on the center line, and I'm seeing him.
So you got the direct view.
Yeah, I was. And I was seeing Roberto Carlos sprinting on the left and getting the ball to Zidane. And the moment Zidane was preparing to shoot like this, you already knew that the ball is going to be in the back of the net. And I'm like, oh my God. You want to applaud goal like this on the pitch? It's not possible. But in my mind, I was like, this is unbelievable.
These guys for me are more explosive, and they got me off my seat a lot more than what Zidane. He was beautiful to watch, as I said, poetry in motion, someone who just looked so elegant as a footballer, like a ballerina on a football pitch. But these guys they had that edge that I loved, that I warmed to.
Hay muchos grandes jugadores con los que he jugado, pero el mejor, sin duda, Zinedine Zidane. Yo cuando tenía 18, 17 años no tenía la suerte de tener esos profesores en el campo, ¿no?
Pero tenías a Catalí, macho, al lado, ¿no?
Sí, tenía grandes profesionales también, pero yo he estado con Zidane en el vestuario durante 2-3 años y yo he parado entrenamientos para aplaudirle. Yo, jugador de Primera División y del Real Madrid, he parado entrenamientos para aplaudirle, y vosotros tenéis la suerte de tenerle entrenando con vosotros individualmente con cada uno de vosotros, diciendo las cosas como son y todo lo que él ha vivido, ¿no? Yo creo que eso es una suerte inmensa. Yo me siento inmensamente contento de haber entrenado con él. Vosotros tenéis que estar inmensamente satisfechos de que él pueda entrenar con vosotros.
If you could play alongside anyone, past or present, what player?
Zidane.
What is it about Zizou? Similar styles, just like you're faster.
When you talk Zidane, you talk about football, you know.
Class, innit?
Class.
What's your favourite Zidane memory?
This goal in Champions League.
Disgusting. That was illegal, right?
Left foot volley.
Yeah, you know, he's in the final.
In the final.
That's why it's special.
It's not Burnley away at Turf Moor. This is Champions League.
Burnley away is not easy.
Ronaldinho or Zinedine Zidane?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zidane or Kaka?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Mesut Ozil?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Neymar?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or David Silva?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Kevin De Bruyne?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Dimitri Payet?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Guti?
Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or James Rodriguez?
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Thomas Muller?
Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane or Riquelme?
Riquelme, but Zidane the best.
Zinedine Zidane or Schneider?
Zidane.
Zidane or Coutinho?
Zidane, of course.
Sous le siège, vous avez tout ça. Faut le sortir.
C'est le début de notre vie, d'accord? Vous allez recommencer autre chose.